Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to introduce the fighters. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. This man is an independent fighter, Mamil Kobidov. This man is also an independent fighter. Would you please welcome, fighting out of the blue corner, Calmo.
Eddie, I didn't realise, I've rolled with this guy before, he's really good.
No touch of gloves.
Eddie doesn't want that, ooh.
No touch of gloves there.
And they both catch each other with a straight.
Very focused looking Kobidov there, welcoming on the strikes from Eddie Calmo.
Ooh, Eddie's got some strength and some nice knees.
It looked like it created a bit of bad blood there without with the refusing to touch gloves.
And Calmo gets it to the ground. Yeah,
Again, the independent fighters this evening have all had some game about them.
Yeah, it baffles me why Eddie's independent. I think he gets about a bit and just trains with different guys, but he's very serious, is Calmo, about it. I've trained with him and he's very strong.
Yeah, he looks in great shape as well. He's all over Kobidov at this point.
Yeah, Kobidov don't know what to do here. He's reaching up. He's trying to stop these shots coming in.
He's getting pinned down by that knee across his stomach.
Yeah, but very calm and collected performance so far by Calmo. Some solid shots landing. He's not throwing too much, but each one's landing with authority here.
Yeah, he's taking his time, being calculated with it. What would you like to see Kobidov try to do from this position?
Walk the cage, flip him, get his back to the cage, stand up, something, because this is not working for him right now.
Yeah, anything's better than laying there eating punches.
But he's got some kind of head scissors there.
He's got
but the elbow to the back there.
You've got to be careful with that one.
Yes, the ref's not going to stand for that, not at all. That was just an annoyance for Calmo there.
I think the referee warned someone of holding on to the cage a little bit there.
Yep.
Kobidov back to his feet, taking some big knees.
That's it, and look how easy that was done, sometimes it's ring awareness, just knowing where you are and how to use it. The cage is a tool in itself, He's
eaten a few of those knees. See Kobidov looking towards his corner, listening. I like to see an active listening fighter, but at the same time, you don't want to listen too much and eat one of those big shots.
He looks like he's doing more listening than doing right now. And he just eaten a nice little right over the top.
He is trying to fire back, though.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll be quite as welcoming on this time. But Calmo takes a few shots.
Oh, and
he's going for the headlock takedown. Maybe going to lock up an old school farm boy choke.
Yeah.
That's a tough one,
we call it a bulldog choke up here. You're in Yorkshire now.
I'll have to remember that.
Phil Ounsley's had me in a few of those before.
But Calmo pops out and he's back to the top position, side control.
Yeah. And I like how he scoots the outside leg there. I like to play that side control myself, looking for the back. But we're going to be coming to the end of the round very shortly.
As you were saying earlier, you prefer that side control and the back to the mount.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that side control plays perfectly into taking the back and, just scooping that leg, giving them nowhere to turn. The only way they can do is turn onto the knees, or you can kind of like step over that old BJ Penn pass to mount if you choose that. But like I say, I'm not a massive fan of it myself.
I have to say Kobidov does look like he's breathing fairly heavily here, whilst Calmo living up to his name, looking very calm.
Yeah, that's it. He puts the calm in Calmo. I'm going to get so much stick for that line. So much stick. But
I'd say I've been holding back on the one-liners.
Kobidov's corner right now, they're taking quite an erratic approach, trying to get the blood flow back in the fighter's arms. Sometimes that can panic a fighter as well if they're just coming off the back of, a round like that. Calmo's just gently getting his brow wiped there, and a little bit of water.
Quite the contrast between the two corners, I have to say. Definitely.
Definitely.
But Kobidov there was a couple of moments where he did have a bit of the rabbits in the headlight look about him.
Yeah.
Whilst Calmo does look like a very relaxed chap, but he does look like he's got a bit of a shiner under his left eye.
Yeah, he does.
I'm not sure if he just looks like that anyway.
Just a dark death stare, that's all that is.
Oh, he gives a touch of gloves this time, though.
That's it. Hey, he's earned his respect. Nice low kick to the outside of the shin as well. That's nothing worse than a dead leg, except for a dead leg to the bottom of the leg.
I think Kobidov actually just looks like he just has a very wide-eyed expression, but again he's keeping his head very upright, his chin right in the air, but he's a one throw-in.
Yeah, but when he throws, he leaves that chin up, and Calmo's got those short, sharp shots that he's been throwing. But yeah, Kobidov, it looks like he's taking too much pre-workout. He's got a very wide-eyed expression about him.
One scoop too many.
Yeah, maybe it'll kick in this round. As we're seeing, he's been a bit more active on the feet. First round, it was Calmo throwing the knees in this position. Kobidov's throwing them from the defensive position here, but he's landing them.
Yeah, it's nice to see a fighter acknowledge when they're around down and try and mix it up, try and bring it a bit more, but rather than sort of accepting that slow crawl into defeat. So
yeah.
But Eddie Calmo looks like he's going to beat that fight out of him if he carries on.
Yeah, he's going to give it a good try. He's very composed, not showing too much emotion, and he's just taking it all in his stride. And two independent fighters, a lot of people could have written this off, because you see the independent, it puts,
yeah, absolutely.
It does put a bit of bad taste in you. You're like, independent, why are you not with a gym? There's guys in gyms that probably want this spot on a card. But they're both really
right hand there,
nice right hand by Kobidov.
But yeah, both guys here looking pretty legit, to be honest.
That's it, yeah.
And a big right hand back from Calmo there.
And he counters that leg kick.
Kobidov has landed a few of those leg kicks now.
He has. Oh, beautiful. Kobidov goes for like a bit of a hip throw. Calmo manages to step that leg behind and go for the volley drop straight into side control.
Now again, Kobidov didn't look too good in this position in the first round. Seemed to not really know what to do to get out of it. So it'll be interesting to see if he's gonna be able to get back to his feet here. Calmo obviously looking very relaxed as usual in that side control.
Yeah, and Kobidov's putting his legs up trying to stop the mount, but he isn't looking for the mount one bit. Calmo's wise to this. He's not going to look for the mount when the mount's being blocked. He's a little too advanced for that. But yeah, just taking his time. I'm going to say Kobidov's away from the cage this time.
He's got his head again. He did this in the first round where he managed to tie up. Could be some sort of inverted triangle here.
Yeah, he's missing the arm a little bit. I like to do that move, just throw my opponents off a little bit, maybe look for a Kimura on the close arm there. But he's not doing too much with it. It's an annoyance, and the sweating, he's going to slip out. Slip out. Calmo slips out and lands a nice little right across his chops there.
We haven't seen my least favourite one pop out, though, is when you have a fighter holding onto the guillotine when they've been taken down and they're inside, and the top person is side control on top. That's a particular dislike of mine. Burning your arm out and you're never really going to secure it. So we haven't seen that this evening, so it's been very good so far.
Dominant finish to the round there by Calmo.
Bleeding a little from the mouth and nose, it looks, but
but he took a bomb there.
He did take a big shot. He did return the favour.
Oh yeah, he countered that inside leg kick. Kobidov was throwing that nice low leg kick to the calf area, which can really take away the spring in your step, especially if you're looking to wrestle a bit as well.
Yeah, he was it was fully stuck in as well. Those two, there was two in particular with a deep impact there. So we'll see if it affects Eddie getting those takedowns in this round. Again, this time though, I have to say Eddie's looking a little bit more tired than he did on the previous.
Yeah. And I think you can see the difference, where Kobidov's put up a bit more of a fight this round, came out swinging, landed some good shots. I'd still give it to Calmo, but his corner not as erratic as they were the first round.
Yeah.
Maybe they've got a bit of confidence back in the fight, and now he's starting to execute that game plan a little bit, and we'll see what round 3's got to offer.
Yeah, absolutely.
And here we go.
Light touch of gloves there.
Very light.
Very. Kobidov walking Calmo down.
Yeah. I don't like to see that though. Kobidov, he's rangy, he's strong, he's landed some bombs, but he sticks his chin up in the air.
And he's walked him down right into getting taken down.
Yes, there's some grabbing of the shorts there. The ref's got all of that straight away.
I'd say the official's been right on the case every time someone's tried to grab the cage, anything. The ref has been straight on it. So it's a great performance. Obviously, fighter safety, following the rules, is always paramount in this game.
That's what you want from your ref. You need to know as a fight. He's gone for that step over kind of head scissor again. He's locked the arm up.
Calmo does look uncomfortable, as you say, more of an annoyance than an actual finish. But
that would a bit closer to being an inverted triangle there.
It's not where you want to be, though, is it?
No, not really. And it kills time as well. These are short 3-minute rounds. You get your head stuck in one of those for a bit. You know, it's really disrupts your game plan.
But still, Calmo on top. He's the one scoring the points here. So the second round could have been a bit everything to play for, though. I think it was leaning a bit more towards Calmo, of course, with the top control.
Yeah, finishing the round stronger as well. You know. Kobidov kicked him off for a second there, but Calmo straight back on top, and he's just chipping away. I'd maybe like to see a bit more urgency to finish the fight from him. Yeah,
he looks quite happy to maintain that top control and score the points through.
Yeah. Well, he's landing some nice ground and pound here, and he's been very clinical about it. You know, he's clearing the arms, throwing the other one, clearing the arms, throwing the other. And
Kobidov returning fire, but again, when you're on the bottom, there's only so much power you can get into those strikes.
Oh yeah, unless you're Uriah Hall in Ultimate Fighter. You remember seeing that one? Knocked his guy out from bottom.
Yeah, I think there's one other fight as well in the UFC I remember, but the name eludes me. But where it was Ken Stone was on the receiving end of a punch from Scott Jorgensen, and he got knocked out from. He was in full guard on top, and he got knocked out from a punch on the bottom, which was the first time I'd actually seen that.
Yeah, it's very rare, very few and far between. And Kobidov's reaching for the legs as Calmo starts to stack. Maybe he's looking for a bit of a finish. He could use that fence if he just sits his hips through a bit more.
Again, Kobidov seems to show that his strength certainly isn't on the ground. He's had a lot more success on the feet. He's been a bit stifled on the ground, just sort of holding position and surviving rather than trying to attack himself or reverse the position.
Yeah, I totally agree. He's a bit of a loss on the ground. Calmo's just having his way, but I think the range Kobidov's proving a little bit too much for Calmo to kind of get that stacking position right.
But I have to say, Calmo, he fought smart in the third round. He conserved his energy, took controlled the position, and most likely he's probably going to bring him home the win.
Kobidov looks a little bit frustrated there as he steps to his corner.
Kobidov looks like he's up for another round, to be honest.
Yeah, his eyes are wider than ever right now. He looks like he's really wanting a fourth round.
Ladies and gentlemen, your appreciation for our fighters. After 3 rounds of featherweight action, we go to the judges' scorecards, where we have a winner by unanimous decision. In the blue corner,